right, let's take a look at how things went down in Cincinnati. Marvin Lewis and the Bengals have lost their last 5 playoff games. And there's Philip Rivers. What a year it's been for him. After a couple of down years, he has come back with a vengeance. First quarter, Philip Rivers avoiding the sack there. How about that? Little shot put pass there to Danny Woodhead for an 11-yard gain. Take another look at here. Philip Rivers can move.
This is the best throw of the game. The best throw, the little lollipop right there.
Good. I just love the improvising effect of Philip Rivers.
That's
this is beautiful.
what he does.
You know what Philip loves? A guy like Danny Woodhead. Yes. He can throw it to, and he can run it in from 5
little mighty
yards.
might. That guy just doesn't go away, man.
Well, you can't undersell the football IQ that he has.
Absolutely.
That makes it 7-0 in the second quarter. Andy Dalton to Gio Bernard, another mighty might who picks up 11 here. Gio Bernard has been big for this offense. 4 plays later, second and goal. Dalton, right before he gets hit to Jermaine Gresham, so it's a 7-7 ball game, and Andy Dalton's first postseason touchdown. He had 80 previous pass attempts, so the Bengals said, okay, we can do this. Heck, we haven't lost at home all season long. On their next drive, Dalton, deep to Marvin Lewis.
Nice.
This is a lot tougher catch than it looks,
I'm
isn't
telling
it?
you. I mean, just in stride. I love the ball, I like the placement. But, yeah, you talk about the way Marvin grabbed that ball over that outside left shoulder. Thing of beauty.
And this is where the game changed.
Yes. This is where it all started to go downhill. We just talked about Giovanni Bernard. Great rookie year. Good pass by Dalton. Good catch. Got to tuck it away in the red zone. Points off the board. You look at Butler here. I mean, this is the way it's coached. You know, this under defense, and then he gets his hand right there. Listen, Jamie, you said it. Game changed right here.
And you have young players who don't understand the situation that's at play there. Terrible play.
Donald Butler causes it. Richard Marshall recovers. Dalton here to A.J. Green. Just A.J. Green doing what he does.
And Bogano, again, dialing up a blitz all game long. Linebackers, safeties, didn't let Dalton get comfortable.
3 plays later, Dalton to Gresham for a pickup of 13 yards. The replay assistant would challenge if it was a complete pass. Take another look. It seems to be good to me, and the play was upheld. Gresham had possession of the ball, and his forward progress was stopped. The Bengals would settle for a field goal there, and they take a 10-7 lead. In the third quarter, the Chargers' first possession of the half. Rivers looking for the rook, Keenan Allen, who has been so good this year.
3rd and 1. I mean, he waited for that late crosser. Keenan came across. Just good play, good patience by Phillip.
4 plays later to another guy who's had a pretty good year, Eddie Royal, 33-yard pickup. 1st and goal for the Chargers. They're moving right on down the field. Rivers threw the ball more on this drive than he did all of the first half. This time to Ladarius Green.
Placement. I mean, those are the kind of things that a guy like Philip Rivers does that he doesn't get a lot of credit for.
And then you got Keenan Allen and Ladarius. These guys just coming alive when need be.
Darius Green, they say, might be the fastest guy on the team. That's scary for a man of that size. Here's Andy Dalton scrambling, trying to make something happen here, but he goes to the ground and fumbles.
What did Dukesy just say about the details of the game? Dalton's not a young player anymore. He's a quarterback. Good idea. I love the playmaking ability. Get out, scramble, pick up the 7 or 8 yards, but take care of the football, Andy.
Jaleel Adai recovers at the Bengals' 46. Bengals next drive up 17-10. He's picked off here.
Another blitz. I mean, great job by Bogano dialing up a blitz, put pressure on him, had him moving around. He didn't know where it was coming from.
There's Bogano there.
They teach you to throw into the blitz, but they teach you to throw into the blitz about 80% of the time. Great job by John and his defense being in the right place.
Yeah, Sharice Wright, the man who was Johnny on the spot. And here comes the Chargers again. Ronnie Brown goes right, but Ray Malaluga is there. The Chargers have to settle for a field goal on the ensuing drive. Dalton again, this time a terrible throw, picked off by Melvin Ingram.
Well, and this is just an atrocious read. I mean, there was a slight little shift in the defensive formation, but it was pre-snap. Andy should have seen it. Wide eyes, you see the whole field, never saw it. Bad ball, bad placement, bad location, bad.
Yeah, it looked like Ingram was there the entire time. So on the Chargers' ensuing drive, LaRon McClain up the middle for no gain. Ken Wisenhunt looking on. The Chargers forced to punt on this drive. So since he has the ball again, Dalton looking deep for A.J. Green, but A.J. just can't hold on to the ball.
Well, the ball was late, first of all. A.J. should have caught the ball. You're that kind of receiver. You're a top 3 receiver in the game. You got to catch that ball. But he should have had the ball earlier and run it into the end zone. That's one of those things where, again, it's just timing. But you're that kind of player, catch the ball.
Those are the kind of plays that need to be made in the playoffs. 6 plays later, Dalton looking for Marvin Jones, but that's overthrown by about 5 yards. So the Bengals turn it over on downs. Chargers have the ball now.
Uh-oh.
It's 2nd and 8. Ronnie Brown
From Auburn.
Look at that speed.
Look at that speed.
Hey, listen, that was a 230-pound back at 4'4" coming out about 8 years ago.
Well, now he's a 245-pound.
He's not 245.
Look how high he's wearing his pants
It's the
now.
blue pants. It's the dark pants.
Why is he wearing his pants so high? Running backs don't normally do that.
You know what?
It's the hip pads and the butt pad you got to wear now.
I used to
Look
do
at
that.
Phillip Rivers, elated. A huge playoff win for the Chargers. They win 4 in a row to end the season. They squeak in 27-10 is the final.
Let's give Cincinnati's defense some credit. This game was a lot closer than the score indicates. They did a tremendous job all game long. You think about it. You're holding Phillip Rivers 128 yards passing. It's a pretty good game for them.
27-10 the final.
Here's how it all went down in Green Bay. The final game of Wild Card Weekend, just 4 degrees. Feels like -14. Feels like -14.
Feels like I want to stay home.
Kaepernick and Aaron Rodgers in Aaron Rodgers' home. Colin Kaepernick, the Wisconsin native who grew up a Packer fan, playing in the field that he dreamed of playing in his whole life, and going up top. Michael Crabtree, they clearly were targeting him early on.
Early on, they went after Crabtree, but they found out when they were going after Crabtree that the refs were letting them play.
4th catch of the drive for 70 yards, and there's case in point. This was a harbinger, as my old English teacher would say. They did let him play. The Niners had to settle for a field goal in the red zone later on in the first quarter. Another moment where Crabtree's looking for a flag.
But you know what? It went both ways. They didn't just call it for Green Bay. They called it for San Francisco, too, when Green Bay's offense was out there. So the refs were consistent.
Devon House, last time we saw a house drop like that, it was on anti-M. No flag right there, though, so they had to settle for a field goal at 6-0, and Kaepernick flips one up. Tramon Williams gains more yards on this return than the Packers' offense had in the game to this point. This was a big momentum swing.
Kaepernick, too, didn't he? Yeah, that was a wonderful job by Tramon, reading that place, peeking in the back.
Got their offense started.
Yep, offense had only 1 total yard to that point. Tramon Williams on the 17-yard return sparked a drive that went 14 plays. Rodgers to Jordy Nelson to wrap it up.
Look at that. When we talk about a game of inches, I mean, that's half an inch right there, the difference between that play.
Next Packers possession, that turned into a 7-6 lead, and next to the Niners possession, Kaepernick doing what?
Kaepernick does.
Up the gut and out the gate. 42 yards, shades of last year's divisional battle between these two teams in much warmer San Francisco. 2 plays later on the Packers 10, 2nd and 7. It's the inconvenient truth right up the gut.
I love this guy and how he runs the football. The fact that they like to do all the fancy stuff. When they want to get the dirty work done, they go to Frank Gore.
13-10 at the half. Let's go to the 4th quarter because Mike McCarthy's calling a play on 4th down again. It's still 13-10. Aaron Rodgers, a la Eli Manning of the Super Bowl in 07, gets out and finds who else is the guy on 4th down that you go to. Yeah. Randall Cobb, big-time play for the exception of the fact that back in the pocket, Ray McDonald was mugged. No flag.
I mean, that's holding in the worst way. Yeah, but this Randall Cobb has a knack for finding an open spot when he feels Aaron Rodgers is in trouble.
It's a whole lot of holding going on.
No flag.
It's the way to let him play.
2 plays later, John Kuhn. The up man. Wait, let's check on the Lambeau lead. Let's check on the Lambeau lead. Yeah. John Kuhn's going.
It's frozen.
It's frozen.
Yeah, it's frozen.
Hey.
If he had his head down, it would have been Gus Frerotte all over again.
Yeah.
Good thing he had it. He should have put
some de-icer on his wings.
Good thing he was looking at what he could hit. Keep your head up when you're Lambeau leaping, kids, is essentially what you're saying. 3rd and 4, Kaepernick's out the gate again.
This is a great play call.
24
badly
yards.
Executed by the Green Bay Packers.
87 rush yards for number 7 at that point in time. Next play, fresh set of downs to the 28. Vernon Davis held in check, no more, touchdown.
Good job by Kaepernick.
That was a good throw by Kaepernick.
Yeah, really looked off to say came back to Vernon Davis, and it was an anticipatory throw. Lets it go early enough. Right there.
Threads the A.J. Hawk, Morgan Burnett needle. Jim Harbaugh's giving you the man points. It's 4 degrees, and he's still wearing khakis. Here comes Aaron Rodgers, next drive, 3rd and 5. It's the 80th chain-moving sidearm flip of wild card weekend, it seems.
This was a physical football game.
8-yard play to Kuhn, first down. Rodgers buying time, 2nd and 2, all sorts of time. It's Randall Cobb again.
He knows how to uncover.
Why don't DBs understand you need to break down in today's game? You can't just hit the quarterback like that.
25-yard gain, but Eddie Lacy chilling on the sideline inside the 10. It's 3rd and goal now. Rodgers trying to buy time, and time runs out.
That play right there is what won this defense the game. If you understand, they holding them to a field goal.
There was a hold called on that play, but it was declined. They settled for a field goal, tie game. 5 and change to go, and that is when Kaepernick started winging it around almost to the detriment to his team as Micah Hyde almost picks this thing off.
Opportunity knocking.
That's the difference
Opportunity
between
knocking.
good
Instead,
and great.
Crabtree getting new life. Move the chains, and then Frank Gore over the middle. First down. Tick-tock, tick-tock. Only
You
2
don't
timeouts.
stop.
Outs left for Green Bay. Aaron Rodgers beginning to feel colder. Phil Dawson trying to warm up and swing his leg. 3rd and 8. Buck 12 to go. Kaepernick breaks the
Again,
game.
great defensive call, badly executed by the Green Bay Packers.
They love to play that press coverage. That guy can run.
3rd and 3, Frank Gore picking it up. This is power. First down with 50 ticks to go. Green Bay out of timeouts.
Meant that they didn't have to kick it right then and there, and they could just ice it.
And that's what the 49ers did. They let it run all the way down to 3 seconds. Jim Harbaugh still, again, wearing khakis as Phil Dawson boots the 49ers through to the divisional round and to Carolina next weekend, bouncing the Green Bay Packers, who had quite an eventful season. They did win the NFC North despite missing Aaron Rodgers in weeks 10 through 16. But despite Eddie Lacy and Aaron Rodgers' best effort with Jordy Nelson and Randall Cobb on this day, Colin Kaepernick with 227 yards passing and almost 100 yards rushing. Michael Crabtree coming up large and in charge for the 49ers, who move on. The 5 seed advances to Carolina.